Satok Bridge Digital. Kita orang lah bridge ya agak. Sedar.
Hi everyone, and a very good morning. My name is Jacob and welcome to today's Innovate Sarawak Stories series. So today, we will shine our spotlight on a startup called Satok Bridge Digital. So a bit of background about them. They were the winners of the recent Shell LiveWire national level, representing Sarawak, going head to head with startups from other states. So what they do is they developed a solution called EasyGrow, which makes it easy to grow herbs and vegetables at home. So hi, Lavin. How are you?
I'm good, Jacob. How are you?
All good. So what have you guys been up to since the last time we met?
We're doing quite a number of things.
Yeah.
We are preparing for a few sales, pushing out the products, and trying to also look at different partnership outside of Sarawak at this point, to prepare for our last quarter for this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I've heard a lot of good things about you guys. I think a lot of good projects coming up. And also, allow me to congratulate you guys for winning the Shell LiveWire.
Thank you.
I think it's an awesome thing. Wakil Sarawak, going against the others. Okay, so I've always wanted to ask you this though. The name Satok Bridge. Where and how in the world did you guys come up with that?
All right. So when we first started the idea of coming together, working on technology and different stuff, we used our friend's father's company name, because we were, I guess, as startups, you want to be as cost savvy as possible.
Agreed. Yeah.
So that company was called Satok Bridge Area Engineering Consulting.
Okay, I see.
And whenever we went for meetings and we mentioned the name, or people see the name card, they start wondering, have you done anything for the bridge? Or were you the guys who built the bridge or designed the bridge or anything? And we realized that's a really good conversation starter.
All right.
And it breaks the ice.
Okay.
So when, we decided, okay, time to go by ourselves and spread our wings, I guess you could say that. We asked permission, can we use the name Satok Bridge? Said everyone associates them to it. Can we use that name? And they said, yeah, go ahead. But we said we're going to add digital behind.
So differentiate a bit from the original.
Exactly. So it's called Satok Bridge Digital because of that.
Okay.
And we really realized that, when you enter a meeting, normally, we're sometimes shy. We don't know how to open up.
Yeah.
And we just sit down there and just wait for everyone to come in. But while waiting for people to come in, nowadays they look at the card and go, Satok Bridge Digital, kita orang lah bridge ya agak. Sedar.
We probably weren't even born.
And we said, no, we just use the name lah, But I guess in a way, it sort of carries the Kuching Sarawak vibe. And that's what we always wanted people to realize, that there is also a Sarawakian startup or company that is capable to compete in a much bigger level.
Yeah. Awesome. But then speaking of the Satok Bridge, I just had a thought. What's up with it though? Can we still go on it and walk on it?
Again, Jacob, we have nothing to do with the actual bridge.
Well, I thought you guys have went there and had a look. Okay, so this is
No, we've got nothing to do with the bridge. We don't know if you can walk on it, use it.
Okay.
I think you have to reach out to the actual.
Yeah, I guess so. Or just go there,
Yeah,
just try it out. Okay. Anyways, so when you started off, right? Did you start it off alone, or do you have a partner?
I've got a partner, of course. And we go together. So he's more of a taking a back seat because he's got so many things going on. However, there are many times that we come together, and it's not a single decision-making process. It's coming to an agreement where we both can make decisions together. Although people see me all the time, I do have a partner who gives me advice. sort of a mentor, like you can put it that way.
Okay, awesome.
And we do brainstorm quite a bit, So if we want to approach a new customer and look at how can we penetrate into different markets, we brainstorm first before we go in and approach people. We try and gather as much information as we can and see what's the problem statement. Satok Bridge Digital is not an AI, IoT, agri-tech company. We try and solve problems. That's our motto at this point.
Okay, yeah. I think that's good. Not limiting yourself to just using that, but leveraging on it. So whatever problems you face, you guys can solve it, right?
We try and solve it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say we can't solve it. We try and solve it.
Awesome. Yeah, because I also think about part of growing a successful company, is having co-founders that you can talk with, get advice from, speak openly with them also, to not be afraid to just tell them some ideas. And also the ability to then tell us, hey, that idea is good or bad in a nice way.
Yeah.
But when you guys started out, what was, the main challenge, or even why do you want to take the risk, take the leap of faith and go into business?
Well, when we started off, it was, what do we do? You see, so I had the digital technology background.
Yeah.
And we realized the state government was always pushing for this. It was one of the PCDS.
Yeah.
And that being said, it was something that was very attractive to us. So I thought, right, let's try something,
Okay.
I guess we always had this thought behind our mind that we don't want to regret not trying it.
Fully agree.
Yeah. And with a kid growing up, I guess we always, with our kids growing up, we always wanted to have that thing that we want them to see us growing a business, being happy in what we do, and moving from there.
Yeah.
So that's why we jumped into it. And plus, we wanted to come back to Kuching.
Okay.
We wanted to come back, not just for the sake of coming back and finding a job, but for the sake of coming back and seeing how can we now bring our experience and contribute to the city and the state itself. I mean, it sounds very hippie-ish and stuff like that, what we do.
Yeah.
But that's sort of our mindset at this point.
Awesome. In fact, we at TEGAS here also do want that to happen, where, people have gone out, gained experiences, gained the skills, gained the qualifications. So after that, once they have that, we want them to also think, how can they use all those skills to build something for Sarawak?
Yeah.
It's, in a way, the environment is right now.
Yeah, it is.
So much support, not just because I'm working for TEGAS, but, the government is heavily supporting us. Even a couple years back, 5 years back, you would not get this amount of support.
It is. I mean, with the exposure TEGAS gives us as startups, it's amazing. My hackathon, Shell Life Wire, and then recently the Petronas hackathon that happened.
Yeah.
And there's so many events that happen here, and there's a lot of training programs that our guys have joined too. To sort of learn from it and gain more knowledge and experience from it. And the best part is it's free lah. So again, being startups, we are very cost conscious lah. We try not to spend too much. And then training is free. Yeah.
Of course. Free upskilling. Who does not want that? I do remember a couple of years ago, joining an accelerator would at least cost you 2,000 ringgit, 1,000 plus. And now it's free. Free makan also and all that. There's a bonus. But okay, so
hang on, you got to clarify. Free makan not every day.
I don't know every day. Only if they join the programs and do well. Participate lah, at least, right?
You have to be a participant lah. Then you get free makan for those days lah.
Yeah. But besides programs, because the guys are also known to do a lot of programs, are there any other areas that we should also support startups with?
Well, I think in terms of supporting startups, TEGAS is already doing quite a bit. Take us for example. We've spoken to you guys about how can we approach different companies, different government agencies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that feedback and setting up the meetings and appointments for us is very helpful for a startup. We don't understand the landscape. especially me, I don't understand how to sort of approach, this kind of organizations in the state. Being technical guys, we were very black and white.
Oh, yes.
Send an email, we expect a reply, but then you realize, no, there's a certain protocol to follow with certain people. There's certain ways to approach different GLCs or companies and so on. So that advice is very, very useful. It might be, some people might, think it's not, but for us, it's quite useful. Because to create that engagement, and then also creating different engagements with different organizations. We were introduced to Google Malaysia by you guys too, and then Petronas Digital also. So there's a lot of that exposure that comes with it. And every time there is an event and there's administered programs, we automatically get sort of free marketing from TEGAS because it's always, here, come, well, let me introduce you to our startups. And these guys are doing this, these guys are doing that. And also, it's a feel-good thing for us. How to increase the engagement or how to help support startups? I guess, there are already so many accelerator programs that are running. Maybe one thing that we can look into is how to create more specific programs to encourage startups to join technology and join non-technology fields. In social enterprise is one, but there are so many more industries today, like agriculture, aquaculture, and non-agriculture based industries. So how can we upskill the startups to look into those areas? You see, ideas are always there. And I know we had the validation program recently we joined regarding our smart cashier system. But if that could be increased, a lot more startups can be drawn into validating first. Does the idea make sense?
Correct.
Because as startups and as technical people, we sometimes become very silo. We think our idea will solve the problem, but another important aspect is, will the market adopt it?
Fully agree. I mean, speaking from own experiences also, not everything functions like a machine.
Exactly.
Not necessarily you input something that there will be an output. Certain things take a bit longer. I mean, especially when you're dealing with humans, that's also quite a leap from being an engineer to a businessman. It's two different worlds. Okay, but then now, since we touched a bit about it, let's talk about EasyGrow for a bit. I must say I'm very impressed with it, so that's why I ordered a set. Please send it over quickly. But so what type of technologies are inside there? I bought it because it looks nice. It fulfills what I need to be done, which is planting while I'm away and everything goes automatically. But what types of tech do you guys integrate into that particular set?
None.
Okay.
Zero. We believe there is technology and there's too much technology. Where you don't require technology, don't use it. Keep it as simple as possible. If we want, we can put an auto-doser system, we can put the AI cameras, the growth LED lights and all that, and make it very fancy, and then it becomes too complicated. You see? So this is why when we look at growing hydroponically, I did it for a while at home, and we were thinking, how do we make this even more simpler? How do we make growing your own vegetables so much simpler? And we thought, right, let's see what we can do. So we went to see Zaidi, our partner and farmer. And Zaidi is growing hydroponically, all right, in his farm. And he told us, he said, look, try and make things simpler. One of the things he told us was cost. How do we reduce cost for fertilizers? Rule of thumb for agriculture is 70-30. 70% is cost of feed or fertilizer. 30% is everything else. So if you can
30%.
So if you can reduce that, you help farmers. So how do we do that? So we said, let's not look at the bigger problem. Let's scale it down. Let's look at micro agri. Micro agri or micro farms are where you grow at home for self-consumption or share around the community.
Okay.
So we came up with this idea. We thought, right, we need something quick, simple, fast that we can install for homeowners. So we looked at the NFT pots and we thought, right, we can frame it up and it can run. And of course, everyone said sustainability because that's the in thing right now. We said, yeah, solar pump, throw in the solar pump and then it runs. And we made sure that there's enough water for the vegetables to absorb all the time, and it's always stagnant inside there before the solar pump runs.
Okay.
In addition, Zaidi and us were already experimenting on our organic fertilizer, and that's what we use. So if you ask us, there is, in terms of technology, probably the solar pump is the most technology advanced thing among the thing. Besides that, nothing else.
It's basic electrical engineering.
Yeah. And the concept of EasyGrow is as simple as possible, right? Add water, add fertilizer. That's it. And just watch it grow.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Suddenly I thought of the AK-47 also, when you mentioned that. Why it works and it's one of the best guns out there is because it's simple. You can throw it into the mud, it will still work. It rusts, probably a bit of cleaning, and then it works again. Yeah. Because it is simple. From the design up, it's simple. Okay. So looking forward to it.
Yep.
But a few questions about it also. Can I use it for indoor grows?
You can.
Can also bring it indoors, no solar, will it still work also?
It will. We can modify the adapter so that it plugs into a normal socket adapter.
Okay.
At the same time, you also, if you don't have enough sunlight coming indoors, I would recommend that you use growth lights, but get the growth lights that are suitable.
Okay.
There's so many in the industry today. We've got a friend in Penang who's actually designing something new, and we're waiting for it. So that it's something that you can configure from your phone and send the age of the plant, because growth lights depends on the age of the plants, right? So, you can buy some of this online today. Lazada has that. Shopee has that. So get one of those that you can use your phone to sort of configure it. We are going to start experimenting on indoor growing.
Okay.
That is in the plans. Again, fertilizer, water, add fertilizer and water, and then the lights, we are trying to see how can we sort of experiment on trying automating the lights. So you just have to set what day did you put the plants in, what age are they, and that you'll automatically do everything.
Wow, awesome. Yeah, because I think nowadays also with a lot of us being busy or corporate jobs, everyone's having a full-time job. You don't have time to just stay at home, take care of the plants, bonsai it every day kind of thing. We just want fresh vegetables. And it works sort of like a hobby also.
Yeah.
People have aquariums at home. So I see it as like an aquarium for my herbs, my plants.
Yeah.
Right. But okay, besides plants and herbs, are you guys planning something also for maybe cat owners, dog owners that can automate, taking care of that particular animal or plant?
Again, we look at the problem statement first.
Okay.
Is there an actual problem? If you are committed to keep a dog and a cat, you are committed to take care of them.
It's part of the deal already.
Yes, automatically, just because it's cute, don't buy it. There's not a commitment to it. People who, you've got cats, right?
Yeah.
So, you know how difficult it is. It's not that easy. You're going to make sure that they're online at home while you're not around and stuff like that. So, no, we're not looking into that as of today. For you, Jacob, though, we can customize something now for you.
Thanks. Yeah. Use my cats as test subjects also. Feel free to do that. They won't mind. But yeah, besides EasyGrow, so I've heard about Gajah Safe, which was part of something you guys developed also. What about it?
So Gajah Safe came about a couple of years before my hackathon. Before we joined my hackathon, we were talking to a few agencies in Sabah regarding the elephant problem. We came up with the idea like, hey, why don't we use AI? But connectivity was also one of the things that, how do we send the messages out? What do we do? And the idea sort of got shelved. MCO happened, things became quiet, and we thought, right, put it aside first. We'll think of something else. And it was you guys, TEGAS, that kept, encouraging us or telling us, look, you guys have been talking so much about, startup. You're a startup. Join Trader. My hackathon. And we did. And there was the last problem statement was actually regarding human-elephant conflict in Johor. And we thought, right, let's try it out. Since we have the prototype and we had the idea, why not we try it out? So we did. We tried it out and we won. Gajah Safe is actually a human-elephant conflict solution that has two sort of products. One is the Gajah Safe itself, which is cameras using AI, edge processing. So it makes decisions on the field, not in the server. We don't want to stream because we realize that there are a lot of farmers who don't have proper internet connectivity. Yeah. So sending stream is out of topic. And if it detects an elephant, it then plays different sounds to keep them away from the farm. Elephants don't like certain sounds, like, tractors passing by, cars honking, and even T-Rex, for example. They've never heard of a T-Rex. Yeah. They've never heard what a T-Rex sounds like. But sounds like that keep them away.
Have you guys tried it out? Do they run away?
So we finally got the approval, to be honest with you, on Tuesday to do the installation.
Awesome.
The final installation, and we are going to go within the next few weeks to complete the installation and make sure everything runs, and then start piloting, basically. Besides that, we also have the electric fan sensor. So this is an in-house design. Our data loggers, we designed it ourselves for IoT purposes because we are IoT background. And we have customized it for the use of electric fans. So it monitors the electricity on the fans. Elephants are smart. They can hear electricity. So when they know there's no electric, they will trample through the fans. And at the same time, it has a sensor to detect if the pole is being moved. So we know that they've pushed it. And we also put a load sensor. So if they trample through it, there's another trigger. So not only are we looking at elephants intruding the area, we're also looking at whether the electric fans are up or not. So that reduces operation cost. Yeah. So these two combined together is Gajah Safe solution.
Awesome. Wow. Here in Sarawak, of course, we rarely see elephants. We don't really understand also how damaging they can be. No. But of course, they are also sort of like an animal that we should protect. They are endangered and all that.
Yeah.
So, quite a tricky thing, right? It is. We have to halal them, but then we have to take care of them at the same time.
We don't want to cause any harm to that. We don't want to harm that.
Yeah.
But we want to keep them out of trouble. If you talk to the farmers in certain areas in Johor that are continuously affected by this, let's look at the cost first. It's anywhere between 700 to, close to R1 million a year worth of damages per farm in this area that we're targeting.
Yeah.
That's the amount of damages that they experience. Even a few months ago, the elephants had a rampage. They pushed the fan. They damaged the cars, the bikes, the windows and stuff like that. Sometimes they're just playful. They don't know it's causing damage.
Yeah.
But to the farmers, it's cost going out.
Okay.
At the same time, the farmers are like, we don't want to harm the elephants. We don't want to sort of, cause them to die or get injured.
Yeah.
As long as they stay out of our farms, we're okay with it. And the farmers are quite willing to cooperate. Right? They're saying we don't mind giving them food, but just don't come into our farm, and damage everything, or trample over everything.
Take a bit, never mind lah. Don't go and fuck on everything,
Exactly, So, there is that problem. I mean, the joke is today that the Sarawakian who have no elephants, the state that has no elephants, is the one that's trying to solve the problem with elephants using technology. So that's sort of a joke that they have.
Well, no worries. I think that's why there's none over there. That's where you kind of appreciate it. If you were dealing with it every day, probably we won't even see how important that would be for them. But okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are slowly running out of time. So Lavin, to wrap things up, I pick your brain a bit. Would you mind sharing maybe words of advice for the innovators out there? Maybe taking their first step into entrepreneurship. What should they do?
I think the first is look at the problem statement. Find a problem that is not being solved, and work on a solution from there. Don't put too much technology around it. It has to be as simple as possible. I'll give you an example. Notifications that we send for Gajah Safe does not use an app. It just uses Telegram with as many pictures as possible. Because the people who work at the farm, some of them don't even read. So keep it as simple, useful, and use technology where it's required. But first try and solve a problem. Identify it, research it, and try and solve that. Second, register with TEGAS.
Please.
Come to TEGAS, talk to Jacob, talk to the guys and all, and they will help guide you. Look at the other programs that TEGAS has. There's so many hackathons that TEGAS is organizing for startups to sort of accelerate startups. Look through them. Talk to. You can even come and approach us. We are located in TEGAS. So yeah.
Awesome words of advice. And yeah, do come on by to TEGAS. You meet me in person. To keep updated, also follow our Facebook page, LinkedIn page, Instagram. We update it all the time. And Lavin, again, it has been a pleasure talking with you. I really hope to see Satok Bridge grow to the multi-billion-dollar business that it could be. All right. So to all the viewers, that's it for today for our Innovate Sarawak Story series. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay curious and do not stop innovating. My name is Jacob, signing out.